Come hang with Dick and Brett, we're here to get those whistles wet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Beers and Bourbon with Dick and Brett. I'm Dick!
And I'm Brett!
No.
No?
I think we're going to try that again.
Okay, let's try it again. This guy wants to try it again. Let's go.
No, we're not going to try it again.
We're not going to try it again?
Should we try it again?
I'm Brett!
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
We'll just keep going. All right, everyone, welcome back. Season 2.1, episode 4. Semi-final round 2, head-to-head. Let's fucking go.
That's right. We're here stuck in the Tournament of Roses. Deep now. We've gone deep in the tournament. We got our berth way early last season. And we showed up. We started hitting all them teams, knocking them down one by one. Recipes and mash bills. And we are down to some nitty gritty. We are 1 week away from the final championship round. Let's fucking go.
I'm excited.
I'm down. Let's go.
Let's go. So today, this is the first round we tried, right?
This is...
Yeah, it's the first round. It's the first round of ones we tried. Yeah, vanilla, delicate fruit and caramel.
Here we go.
No, that was the last round we did. I don't know, I'm confused.
Yeah, he's really mixed up. So what happened here is we did 5 of another kind. We did 5 of these.
5 more.
Right? Then we picked 2. We did those. We got 1 left over from the first round that we did. The second round that we did are these guys. And what we're doing now is we're down to 2. We got to pick 1 more for the championship. So that's where we're at, man.
That's where we're at?
Yeah,
are we
that's
going
where we're at.
Are we going their right to left or their left to right? Because last time
This time
Let's go.
I'm not even going to suggest anything. I'm just going to let you grab one.
You're gonna let me grab one?
Yep, you just grab one and let's go.
Show them what's up, Brett.
All right.
OESV.
All right. So check this out. You've seen it before. You'll see it again. OESV. This is the recipe straight up with tasting notes that are saying delicate fruit and caramel. We loved this one last time. We're going to try it again, and we're going to put a heads up with OESO, and we're going to see what we come up with. So let's see how it goes.
Let's go. Caramel, I remember this one now. So the cool thing about this, I was telling Brett earlier, we were just hanging out before we started filming, and I think it's what should happen that we're trying all of them, and we didn't pick some of the big ones, right? Some of the single barrels that a lot of the stores are real proud of, and they say are the best of the Four Roses. I think we've only picked maybe 1.
Yeah.
And that's good because I didn't even think about it. We could have gone back and tried those, and it probably would have swayed our thoughts, and we'd have been like, "Oh, this is good, so we're gonna like that recipe better." We went into it 100% blind, and then just said, "Let's go," and we picked the ones we wanted.
I think this is where it's at, because it's like, great if you like that recipe, cool, but this is what we like. So if you're following our journey and our path, you're gonna know, like, hey, I didn't even like what they liked. So maybe I should choose something different to drink on a regular basis, because there's 1,000 million different recipes out there, right? We don't want you to like everything we like, but we want to show you what our palates show us to be proved to what we like. So because that's simply what we're doing here. We're drinking to figure out what we like the most. I mean, years of drinking bourbon, your palate changes, right? So if you're a beginner and you're just starting and getting into bourbon and you didn't like rye at first, 3 years from now, you might love it. Trust me.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I stayed away from it.
Yeah.
I think, like, I want us, we talked about it on last season about doing blinds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna have to introduce my wife, your wife, the kids, someone who can pour it for us and give it to us, so it doesn't look like we just rigged the election.
Yeah, we'll
where it's
get
like a true blind.
We'll get a Vanna White on here or something.
I don't want people to think we're faking the funk, because to me, I would really like to try all the tater bottles. Let's do Bland's, let's do an Old Fitz, let's do a Taylor, let's do some Wellers. Everyone talks shit and says you only like it because of the name. Well, I've tried. Out of most collections, we've tried all of them except Taylor.
Yeah.
Now the William LaRue we haven't tried, and we haven't tried the 17 Eagle Rare and some of the Pappies yet. Okay, but most of the collection from bottom of their barrel to, senior commander, we're there.
Absolutely.
So I would think it would be interesting to really do some big bottles blind, but show, hey, someone's gonna pour it right here. We'll put a little black thing up or whatever so we can't see it, and try it. And
get down to the real nitty gritty.
Let's see if your mind plays tricks on you, because you can. I mean, marketing is the number one business in the world because it tricks your brain into thinking that you need to do something. So I like proving that wrong. I like saying, you know what? Hey, in this one they were right, and this one, man, this is amazing.
The juice isn't worth the squeeze sometimes. You know what I mean?
I almost went for it. My bad.
It's okay. Let's go for it.
Well, I don't talk about the nose. I don't get much on the nose.
Okay, so this nose is exactly kind of how I remembered it. It has this not real super powerful punch, and what I remembered afterwards is this accentuating mouthfeel, if I'm not mistaken, with a smooth, consistent, warm aftertaste that kept giving me flavor. It wasn't super powerful, I don't believe, on the chest, but that could change today.
I think we described it as like coating, like velvety and like thick, which I would associate with caramel. So let's go for it. Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Pretty soft on the mouthfeel. Little bit of tingling towards the end, little bit of like climbing, not heat, but like I can tell it's there.
I left that one in my mouth for quite a while, and my tongue is tingling like crazy right now.
Now it is.
Yeah, like
that's the
after
finish
tingle,
versus the finish is more in your mouth than it is on your chest.
Yep, folks, you heard it first.
Oh, it took me like 3 seconds to realize what I just said right now.
I love it. I love it.
Oh,
that's my favorite because he always catches me, and so it's my turn finally.
It was like somebody flipped a switch on, and I reheard what I said.
Yeah.
You know what? It is what it is.
It reminds me of that meme when that guy is like opening and closing his eyes. He's like got the sideways face. He's like that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I apologize. That wasn't where I was going with it.
No, I made him go there. That was a clear misdirection, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Hey, so I got to finish this, but well,
yeah, that lasting tingling sensation in your mouth was great. The bourbon tastes amazing. You definitely bring out that caramel. Delicate fruit, I suppose that's in there. It's not super strong, so it's not something that it's gonna be like, oh yeah, I mean, the word delicate simply states how it is. There is some flavor to it, but it's light. But the caramel comes through real thick. But it also has this real potent consistency in and around your mouth.
Yes, it does.
See?
Yes, it does. You see that face? I am 100% felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, so it's a great bourbon, man. This one I love. And I had the hardest time, right? I had the hardest time putting my focus into mass-produced, readily available bourbon, because it's difficult to say, hey, I want to buy a bottle of Four Roses today. What bottle do I want to buy, right? Because there's so much out there.
Yeah.
Like Four Roses puts their stuff on the shelves.
Yeah,
know?
but you have small batch, then you have the anniversary series,
I'm gonna go ahead and say
single barrels.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that none of those are gonna match up to. Well, just kidding. Some of that small batch stuff and the store bought
It's just
Ralph's
bullshit.
brand
It's bullshit.
stalkers. I'm gonna say that's not gonna match up to what we're drinking here. But like just recipe wise, if you find a recipe now, like if I'm actually going to look for a bottle of Four Roses,
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably try to find something in with this recipe. You know?
Yeah, now we know.
And I'm gonna say, you know what? I know that mash bill I like, and that's kind of the cool process of doing this right now. Is because if you had a kit and you wanted to go through it, or you were able to go through it, you're gonna figure it out too. Maybe you like OBSF, or maybe you like OESV, or maybe you like something else. But at least you know when you go out there, when there's 50 different bottles to choose from, where your head's at, you know?
Well, and think about it. We've tried 10 bottles and
That's
not
right.
having to buy a whole bottle.
Yeah, and that's why this is so cool to be able to get all the mash bills in one box.
Yeah, first thing I've ever seen of that.
Yeah, because you get to say, hey, I've always liked Four Roses, but what do I like the most about it, right? And this really helps dial it in.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of shocked the industry, I would assume, if for all the other people, because no one's ever put a lineup out there like that. It's usually pretty secretive. People that go do barrel tastings, they, obviously they get a different experience, but you can find out what's in it. But to your point around breaking it up, Weller's not done that.
Yeah.
Taylor, Heaven Hill, most of their shit haven't done that. Like, that's a pretty ballsy move. The crazy thing though is they just added 2 new mash bills this year. So now are they going to do a 12 pack? Because we got 2 of the 10s. I'll get a 12. Well, let's get 2 12s, and we'll do it again. But I agree with Brett in the sense that it's a pretty amazing idea outside the box of like, let's just put it out there, and then you can try them. And some of these are mixed together to make other bourbons, right? So
Yeah.
some of the flavors are there, but
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's like naked dating, right? You just can look and you see like, hey, I'm into that, but that I'm not really that into. So it's like they just put it out there. They say, hey, here you go. You want it?
naked dating?
You like it?
I've never heard of
You
naked
know?
dating.
And then no, they're behind a sheet. And so like you stand out there and they're naked and they're behind a sheet like they're
They can see your silhouette.
No. Like you can see their whole shit. You can see their
Yeah,
body.
yeah, just
Right?
stop there. Yeah.
And but the only thing you can't see is their face.
Okay.
So like you're saying I'm physically attracted to this,
Yes.
right? And then you ask them questions, so
Okay.
you not only get to see what you're physically attracted to, but then you get to kind of mentally connect too.
Yeah. And
So-
then the face comes in.
And then the face
And it
comes
could
in
be
once
like a
you choose
butter
it.
face.
It could be a butter face,
Could
but
be everything butter face.
it could be an everything butter.
Or but his face, dude. We're the same, man.
Yeah.
You could be a jack dude and not good looking, and it's the same. There's no gender stereotypes to butterface.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few different types of naked dating shows or reality TV or whatever, but I've seen a couple, and that's what it reminds me of. It's like, I'm just saying, it's like putting it all out there, like, hey,
Exposing yourself.
this is what I look like.
Do you like it?
Are you into me or not?
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I'm with. Dude,
And
I'm
that's
with
what
it.
Four
Yeah.
Roses is doing, saying, hey, look, check this out. This is who Four Roses is.
Letting it fly in the wind.
If you like it, come get it. If you don't like it, somebody else will.
Yeah, we came and got
Promise
it.
you that.
I think that's enough, Brett. You're getting me excited. OESO.
OESO. Okay, this is another one that obviously won out of 5 bourbons, and that we selected and we were super pumped on. This is rich fruit and vanilla.
Ooh, vanilla.
Okay, so we're going vanilla caramel on these two. You can see it here. Yay, yay, yay.
We went rye last week, right?
OESO.
Last week we went rye and mint.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Bacon spice
and this
and-
week we're going sweet.
That's what's
and-
crazy. We swung the pendulum, swung it both ways
Yeah.
very quickly.
All right.
And so I think, so let me talk about that for a second. That's what I appreciate, and it's not just about bourbon. I mean, other people are like, hey, different vodkas, gins, whatever. I think it's to anything you like. It could be markers or whatever, but to be able to understand the difference, right? Because a lot of people just say, I don't care if it's, you know, soda or energy drinks or whatever. Everyone wants to compare stuff, but it's pretty cool that bourbon has this much versatility that we've just listened to what we said. Vanilla, caramel, regular bourbon, right? So it has some rye, low rye.
Yeah.
And then it was just regular bourbon. The other ones were mint and rye and baking spices.
Yeah. So you have your bolder.
I mean,
rye,
we went in 4 different directions,
then
right?
you have your sweet and neat and savory.
We had the velvety,
Yeah.
right? And then we had the, oh my gosh, it wasn't part of the winter, but we had one that knocked our socks off and we weren't even ready for it. It had no nose.
It was like,
Donkey
what do we
punch.
call it? It was a
Uppercut?
runner-up or...
Oh, it was an honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Honorable
Yeah,
mention.
yeah, yeah.
So that one's going to go against the champion.
Yeah, at the end, just for fun at the
For
end. We'll see.
funsies?
Yeah, he can't win, but he can be honorably maybe a good
Honorably
mention.
discharged.
Because I don't know if there's going to be enough.
That's another one of those words, dude. Discharge. You can't say words like that.
Well, unless you're in the army.
Wow. And then you got honorably discharged.
Yeah. Or
Cheers.
dishonorably.
Depending on your family, sorry.
All right.
This is vanilla or this is caramel? This is vanilla.
No, this is rich fruit instead of delicate fruit.
Okay.
Like vanilla. So it's like the floral tones with a light hint of vanilla.
Okay, I feel it. It is floral.
I love the nose.
I think you called out in the one. I think this is where you won this one
Yeah.
because of the nose and the mouthfeel. There's no Kentucky hug. It is all up front. This is a fucking tease right here. There's no finish. This is like when you drink too much and you can't go. That's what this is. All effort up front, no follow through, no finish.
No payoff.
Nothing.
But the payoff stays up front. So it's like,
Well, it's still there, but it's not here in your throat or in your chest.
no, I was going to give a really, really bad example that you would have hated and probably had to edit out. So I'm not going to say
So I
that
cut
one.
it off. Good.
But you're right. The mouthfeel is amazing.
Yeah. So if you think about the front, it's the nose and the mouth.
Both
and
of
then think about
these-
the back.
Both of these have high front mouth tingling sensation, long-lasting flavor, oily.
This one's a lot more oily.
I can see, yeah, I would say so. But I'm getting that light kind of sensation at the end. The floral's definitely there.
on the front end. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And floral's a
But
hard
like you
flavor
said,
to
there's-
describe.
There's no real Kentucky hug right there. So this is something that, man, it's hard to explain. It's so different in the fact that when you're drinking one, you get this strong Kentucky hug, so
Yeah.
you want to be by a campfire or whatever. Another one, you want to be at like this high-end lounge, you know, and you want to be there because you're just like boom, and then you're not burning, you're not overheating, you're just chilling, relaxing, sipping smooth.
Dropping upper deckers and shit.
Yeah, you're just stuffing them everywhere.
I got them.
You know what I mean? You're around like classy people and stuff.
Probably wearing some business casual or a suit. Maybe you might dress it up to a suit and have a high top shelf drink. I'll take mine neat, and people are like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's where that's at. So it's two worlds combined, but they're both excellent.
I would agree, but
Yeah.
I know my choice.
You know your choice now?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it until you figure out where you're at.
All right.
I mean, if you need more, I'm not rushing you. You can have more time. This chair is right. It went from the cricket to the chair. Now I'm dealing with the chair.
It's
got
all
low,
right. Look.
This is like a low budget film right now.
That's
Like,
okay. We're a low budget podcast, so
fine.
it's all good.
We're still a podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna put some WD-40 on this bitch.
Let's go.
That's gonna happen for
With
sure.
the little stick in it.
Yeah, on the chair.
Where are you at?
So where am I at?
I'll tell you where I'm at, but if you got to have your decision made so I don't influence it.
I know, but we have to agree. So if this is how I want to do it. I want to rate them out of 10.
Okay.
So you want me to go first?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going rich fruit and vanilla. I'm gonna give it like 6.8
Okay.
on this championship scale. I think I'm gonna go with the delicate fruit and caramel at like an 8.5.
Yeah, I had the delicate
So-
caramel at like a 9.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there.
Well, because, and here's my argument if you didn't, right, is that's a bourbon that I can have one sip and it's going to last me 15, 20 minutes and
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep tasting it. And
That's what
loving
it is. That's where it won out.
Some of them are like, I wouldn't say it's at the point where I want to keep drinking more. It's a long-lasting flavor that is familiar and I want to come back to. But I don't have to chug a bunch. I can take a little swig. I can go do my thing, 15 minutes, come back, take another one. But it was like a subtle, inviting come back. You know
Yeah.
it's going to be buttery.
It's almost
and
like
beautiful.
you want the re-up. You want another pour.
Yes.
You know what I mean, right? And so here we are. This one has now been knocked out
You're
of the
out.
competition.
OESO, bye!
I'm scared now.
Why?
Because this guy in front of me, this OESV,
Yeah.
with this caramel and this bomb flavor,
It's going to go against
is
a
gonna
mint.
go up against that Ryan Mint.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm very curious at this point to see. I think this is just gonna straight come down to our palates and our palates alone, which it has to, but
I hope we argue it out, dude, because
Yeah.
this has been a good journey, but we have 2 solid picks going into. We already know why we like this, we already know why we like the other,
I
but
love oily, but I love when something is just has that small variable difference than all the others. So it will be interesting to see. So that's definitely coming up in the following episode. The championship plus the honorable mention. We'll bring that in as well so that we can have a few, little last minute kind of side swirls, or
teasers and fun,
teasers,
yeah.
just to see if maybe there was an idea that we didn't catch along the way.
Yeah.
But that was fun. I mean, literally, I'm excited for the championship. It's who are 2 big time contenders right now out there.
I mean, would you say
Not in bourbon, but
would you
in,
say this is the Tyson and Homeboy fucking Instagram dude?
in Paul?
Yeah, would you say that's this?
All right, I'll give it that.
I mean, that's not the best example, but like,
I mean, we're not talking about we're not talking about the greatest of all time, but we're talking about something significant and relevant and
Well,
new.
look, we've been on this journey, dude. I hope you guys are following it because by the time we're done, we've had 16 of these, right? Because we did 5 is 10, and then we did 4, and then 2, and then the honorable mention, that'd be 18. So that's 18 pours within 10 recipes. That's a lot of tasting of the same bourbon.
Yeah.
Like, that is what I would say tried and true to our palate.
And
At that point, we've done it. We haven't just taken a sip and said, oh,
that's the
BSF.
best. Yeah.
My local liquor store had a single barrel and it was the best. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
We tried all of them and this is our pick. So you know what? I was thinking about this earlier. I want to say this. I was thinking about this earlier. The only people that comment on our shit is people I know that love me, that put a nice comment out there. I would love for somebody to shit on my idea.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bring it, okay?
Like, that would mean that you actually watched it and you comprehended it and you said, no, I disagree. So you know what? Haters, welcome.
Welcome.
That's what I was thinking about today. I was thinking on the way home. That's a weird thought, by the way. I was like, we don't have any fucking haters, which means we don't really have any, like, outside of our bubble followers.
No.
Haters, welcome, bro.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. You never know. If you hate enough, we might have you over and change your mind.
Let's go.
You
I mean,
never
we
know.
got enough bourbon.
Yeah.
Brett was talking shit earlier. He said, I got to do his voice. You haven't been drinking lately, huh? Because you don't seem like you're pumped up to want to drink. That's what he said. And I said, yeah, I haven't had a beer in 3 days, dude. You know why? I'm ready to go right now. I am pumped.
Dick, why don't you go over there and grab the other
Oh, Oh, all right. So
Let's
look,
go grab the other winner so we can stack them up right here and show them what they're gonna see of the next episode.
what was it? OBSF or OBSQ?
Just look for the mint.
Delicate Ryan mint or baking spices? No,
Delicate Ryan mint.
it's this guy.
See how low we are on that one?
Yeah, it's a Lodo.
Yeah, we got deep, so that's gonna be difficult. If that one wins tomorrow, we might not be able to do the honorable mention.
All right, so there is the two that are going to the finals.
There we go, championship, baby. Thank you, Four Roses, for doing something so cool for all of your loyal fans and people that love you and follow you. We want to give a huge shout out to Four Roses and their distillers and everybody that works in the factory, all the way down the supply chain
Let's
to
go.
be able to create something as great as this so that we can have content, we can have fun, we can learn about you while you learn about us. We're going to tag you in everything going forward on this one. We really want you to follow this journey and see what we think about your final product. We're excited about that. That's super, super cool. I like this collection. When the first moment it came out,